Hello there! What is going on, everyone? Today we are going to be unboxing and assembling and taking a look at the Imperial High Command expansion for Star Wars Legion. This box is bringing us Tarkin, Thrawn, Tagge, and Krennic to your games. Those of you who already have Krennic, you're going to get an alternate pose here. We're going to take a look at the sprues, we're going to put the models together, and we're going to look at the cards, both the unit cards and the command cards that come inside of the box. So if you wanted to see how it looks, what you're going to get in this box, we're going to show you everything right here. Big thanks to Atomic Mass Games and Asmodee for sending this out for review. If you want to check it out, there's a link in the description below where you can check this out at the Asmodee shop. And also, we're going to be announcing the winners of the latest $25 Amazon gift card giveaway at the end of this video. So don't miss that at all. And if you don't win, don't worry, because there's another giveaway starting. All you have to do is be a subscriber and leave a comment on this or one of my videos. It's simple as that, or one of my other videos. Let's go ahead and pop this box open. All right, let's go ahead and get this box open. I've been excited for this one for a long time. Grand Admiral Thrawn is probably one of my all-time favorite Star Wars characters. I think I've grown to like him even more than Darth Vader, and I know that that's almost blasphemous in some cases, but I just really appreciate the depth of his character, and of course Timothy Zahn's writing. So it's a real treat to get Grand Admiral Thrawn here on the tabletop for Star Wars Legion. Here's our little documents package so you can see who all worked on this. Big thanks to everybody who helped bring this out. And then this, of course, is multi-language. We're going to have 4 bases. We're going to have plenty of sprue to take a look at. And actually, they managed to fit all 4 of these guys on one piece. So these are actually going to be very simple to assemble. One of the cool things about these is that, again, they group them by number, right? So AO2, all the A's are going to go together, all the B's are going to go together, all the C's and all the D's. This is typically how they do it, which is always a good thing. I see Krennic here, and then we've got Tarkin, and I guess this is Tagge, or is that one Thrawn? It's hard to tell because the skin isn't blue. We'll put these together in a minute. We'll take a closer look at them. And we have lots of tokens and cards. And the reason that the card pack is so thick is because, as you've been, unless you're new to Legion, you probably already know this, but the cards are coming with multi-language versions. So you're going to get 4 different languages in here. English, you're going to get French, you're going to get German, and Spanish. So we're going to have a lot of these. We're going to look at these in more detail here. And of course, we've got the new 4 command tokens with the new backs that are kind of more universal. I kind of like this better. I'm not the biggest fan of having to have faction-specific ones, especially if you play multiple armies. Although, if you're playing against somebody else, and both of you are using these, it is not necessarily a terrible idea to like color the sides, like with a Sharpie or something, like pick a color like red or orange or blue or something like that. That's an option that you can do. But the only thing with that is that they have to all be like indistinguishable, right? So still, I like the new options for the card. Let's look at the cards in more detail. So we're going to look at the cards here. One of the things I like to do is I'll take one of the Spanish language cards and I'll slide it behind so I'm not having to flip the card over. So as we look through the new commanders, I mean, Krennic is, I think we've all already seen Krennic, so he's not exactly new, but he is in this pack. So this way we can both see the cost and the upgrades. Also, I want to point one thing out for Krennic. While he is largely the same as what we've seen already, the model, there was some questions about the model itself. Because in the box he has the hat on, the black hat, and I figured maybe not everybody would want that, but you do have an option for a hat or a hatless option right now. So I will probably be building him without the hat because that's how you more often see him, but it is cool that they give you both options. So I wanted to highlight that a little bit because I don't know if I highlighted it when I was just looking at the sprue. So, yeah, Krennic, 65 points, Spotter 1, Compel, Cunning, Entourage for Death Troopers, and Exemplar. He's got a 3 red die ranged attack with Surge to hit, but he's a white save with Surge to block. For a 65 point, though, he's always been a pretty solid commander. One thing I'll point out, this pack did not come with command cards for Krennic, which I feel like was maybe a missed opportunity because... I know his cards are already print and play, so everybody already has them available, and they are in the command pack. However, this would have been a good opportunity to include them in here for maybe some new players who hadn't bought the cards and were just kind of getting into the game later. that's, so I'll point out that they did not come in this pack. Let's move on to Tarkin. All right, so Grand Moff Tarkin generally seems like he's going to be the type of guy who comes out with Darth Vader. He's 95 points, so a little more expensive, but not obscenely expensive, just kind of on the higher side. Not particularly doing much. He's got a single attack die for contempt. This is him talking trash to you a little bit or giving you that stern look. No surge of any kind, speed 2, 6 health, 3 courage. That is going to be a nice bubble, but of course you're going to be running him with Darth Vader. He can pull the strings for an Imperial Trooper, and he has entourage for Darth Vader. I think, honestly, you're going to be running Darth Vader. You probably want to pull the strings on Darth Vader, which is going to give Darth Vader an extra attack or even just movement. And, of course, he has 3 command upgrades at 95 points. He definitely wants Darth Vader, though, because when we also look at his command cards, he, of course, works with Darth Vader. So let's look at his 1 pip here, Moment of Triumph. You must divulge this card, and then it becomes permanent. So, again, he's just got cards that are going out there to be permanent buffs. Vader can Guardian 4 Grand Moff Tarkin and can benefit from backup. One defending Tarkin can benefit from backup provided by Darth Vader, even if the attacking unit's leader is within 2 of Moff Tarkin. And Grand Moff Tarkin is when he's contesting an objective token that is not in allied territory, all trooper units within 2 of him have disciplined 1. So, really good card. Doesn't really do much if you don't have Vader. Does a little bit, but if it doesn't activate any units, because you're not going to play this card, you must divulge it. So it's not even a card that can be played, but it does use up one of those 1 pip slots. We also have Fear. We'll keep them in line. This one is in this one you have the option to divulge. It also has a permanent effect. And again, I think when I was first looking at these, I didn't realize that the divulge rules had been changed to such that when you divulge something with a permanent effect, of course, it comes out and it stays permanent. And I was thinking the effect would happen, but you could still play the card. So you're either going to divulge this one or you're going to play it. It's going to give everybody, if you play it, it's 3 for 3 units, and it's going to give demoralize 1 for all your Imperial units. But if you divulge it, it's got a permanent effect. When an allied Imperial unit is issued an order, it has demoralized 1 until the end of the round. So you get more demoralize only for guys who are issued ordered, or you can give everybody demoralized for the whole round. I like the idea of permanent effects. They seem to work a little bit better and have a little more consistency that way. So that's pretty cool. So that's Grand Moff Tarkin. Up next, we have General Tagge, who is, I think, largely going to be a token battery in this case, kind of like filling the role that Padme used to have for the Republic once upon a time. He has decent stats. He's 85 points. He's got 3 black dice with surge to hit on his blaster, still only range 1 to 2. Defensive surge, still white defense die. And nothing super great there, but he has a lot of upgrade slots. He's got 3 command, he's got training, he's got equipment. He has the ability to do calculate odds with exemplar and inspire 1. So definitely a support commander here. And he must equip logistical prowess. Now, this had been spoiled earlier, so I'll bring this out here. Now, logistical prowess, it is a free upgrade, but it is going to utilize his training. It says at the start of his activation, he may remove any number of tokens from this card to gain the matching tokens. And when he chooses himself as part of a calculate odds action, instead of gaining an aim and a dodge token, this card may gain a surge, an aim, and a dodge token instead, and it's cash, aim 1, and dodge 1. So you can kind of build up tokens, and then when he activates, he can take them because they're going on the card and not him. I believe that means they stick around, right? So he can kind of build up tokens, and then he can have a turn where he's like, aha, now I'm going to take all the tokens, and now it's time. So he's really good for like early game building up tokens until you finally get everybody in range, and then you kind of unleash all of the free aims and dodges and the surge tokens as well. And it also starts with cash, aim 1, dodge 1, so it's going to start with those. Now, he also has some command cards. He's going to have a 1 pip here. I have graphs and the command. General Tagge may remove any number of tokens from logical prowess to gain the matching tokens, and at the start of the activation phase, he may make a speed 2 move. Now, the idea with this one is normally you have to have logistical prowess is at the start of his activation. And if you want him to activate late, or maybe you want to give that issue to like an ATST or hey, with one of the new air support that's coming out or something like that, you can make sure that you get the tokens on him so he can start doing Exemplar right away. And then the speed to move here gets him into position where he can make sure that Exemplar is in range of whoever is getting the unit. You're not going to issue this one to Tagge himself. You're going to give this to a heavy hitter. This is also good to pair with another hero like an Inquisitor or a Vader or somebody who's going to want aims and things like that. So he can work with a lot. I think he's very versatile. He's just not as flashy because he's providing important support, but his 1-pip isn't like, I'm going to kill someone. No, he's going to let someone else kill someone and have a lot of extra tokens to do it. So that's kind of cool. And then his 3-pip is a canny adversary. It's 3 units. It's General Tagge's card. And this round, when an enemy unit within 4 of Tagge spends 1 or more aim tokens, dodge tokens, or surge tokens, you can add an aim, dodge, or surge to logistical prowess. Then, if an enemy unit is in line of sight of General Tagge, that enemy unit gains an observation token. Again, feeding into the whole thing. I'll say this, Tagge seems very consistent with his level of support, and that might be something that I think players are going to enjoy. He's going to continuously generate tokens and have the ability to bring them out. And even on turns that he's not, pulling everything off of logistical prowess, he can still calculate odds, and and he has different ways to be able to get those tokens. And he's also got Inspire, so he's doing some cool stuff. So that's General Tagge. Now, before we get to Thrawn, who's my favorite, I do want to point out we also have some more widely usable cards in here that are going to be looking specifically for things like Imperial High Command, which is the subtype under most of these guys. Krennic does not have it, but Tagge, Tarkin, and Thrawn all have Imperial High Command. And so these are going to be cards that they can take. The Imperial Death Trooper are going to be able to take this, and they'll be able to Guardian 2 for Imperial High Command and Retinue. And so this is, Death Troopers are going to get this one, but it allows them to work with Imperial High Command. Death Troopers already have some benefits of working with Krennic, but this is going to allow the Death Troopers to work with Imperial High Command folks. And then this one is a command card that you're going to issue, that you're going to use specifically with a commander who's of the Imperial High Command. And it's the Empire does not tolerate failure. This is a cool one here. It says when a unit is issued an order with this card and starts its activation this round, it may gain 2 aim tokens. If it does, at the end of that unit's activation, if it did not defeat at least 1 enemy unit during that activation, it suffers 2 wounds. During the end phase, if 1 or more units issued an order with this card defeated 1 or more enemy commander or operative units this round, you score a victory point. So it's kind of high risk, high reward. You're going to gain, or actually I should say high reward, high risk. Right, you can gain 2 aim tokens if you want, and if you don't at least kill something, you take 2 wounds. Now, if you do kill something, then you don't have to take the 2 wounds, but if you kill a high-value target, namely a commander or operative, you're also going to score a victory point. So, very cool way to get some aims out there, especially if you're a commander that doesn't give out the aims as much. Like, I like this one a little bit more with Tarkin, personally. I think it's a really cool idea because Tarkin isn't really giving out those aims like Tagge does, and of course Thrawn can do this as well, which we're going to see. But yeah, I think I like this one for Tarkin a little bit more, but it can go on either Tarkin, Tagge, or Thrawn, or in theory anyone else who might someday have the Imperial High Command subtype, which is pretty cool. And now it's finally time for Grand Admiral Thrawn, my favorite of the bunch, one of my favorite characters in all of Star Wars. And he is at 110 points. He is very, very, very cool. He has a lot of things that he's able to do. He's somebody who does he does almost everything well. And I love this about him. He's got 3 command upgrades. He's got training. He's got equipment. He can strategize too. He has cunning, so he's going to break those ties. He can direct an Imperial unit. He's got duelist, so when he has to fight, and we're going to talk about that here as well. He also has exemplar, so he can support folks. He's got 1 step ahead, so you can do some movement shenanigans with command cards. And he's got tactical 1, which also just happens to feed into like exemplar, or he can use it himself. He's kind of ready for anything and I love him about that. He's not an expert in every field, but he's really good in just about everywhere. He's only got 5 health, which is, one of the things that is a little bit unfortunate with him. But he does have red armor. Red save, no surge for defense, but he does have surge to hit. He also a 3 courage commander. He's got Shish martial arts, 4 red in melee with surge to hit. That's pretty good. And he's duelist. So his, again, in melee, he can be immune to pierce if he spends the dodge, or he can get the pierce if he spends the aim. And then he's got a good blaster, which is 3 red dice, again, also with surge to hit. Again, he's not piercing, he's not surging to crit, he's not like really an expert into those things. That's not his forte. He's usually on the spaceship, right? He does take the ground from time to time. We see that in Star Wars Rebels. We see him take the ground a little bit, but generally, he still keeps himself trained. He's amazing. He's incredible. He's very cool. Now his command cards though are even more of what makes him great. So let's take a look at those. Let's talk about Architects of Their Own Destruction. There's a lot going on with this one. At the start of the activation phase, choose an enemy unit. If the chosen unit does not have a face-up order token, assign it a face-up order token from your opponent's order pool, if able. And the first time they choose to activate a unit this round, they may choose to activate that chosen unit. But if they do not, the chosen unit may not activate using a face-up order token until everyone else is gone, until they have to. So basically, I pick somebody. A lot of the cards in here are kind of simulating some of the things that Palpatine was able to do. And since we don't have him anymore, it's nice to have some of his capabilities broken up into different people. And this one is very much Palpatine-esque in that you're kind of giving your opponent, like, you got to go with this guy first. Because if you don't, you then have to go with this guy last, right? Very, very cool. I like that it's doing that. That's really fun. Next is 2-pip. We must wait and watch. And this is one of those divulge permanent things. If you divulge it, it's a permanent. You're gonna choose 3 allied units. The chosen units gain reinforcements this game. If you don't divulge it, it cannot be selected during the command phase. But when an enemy unit ends its activation, you can discard. If you do, choose a non-suppressed or non-panicked unit within 2 of the enemy unit. The chosen unit may make a free move action or attack action. So it's like an ultimate standby. Which is a really cool option. It's just Thrawn kind of. It's almost like it's like blue magic. If you're old Magic the Gathering fans, it's really nasty, and it fits Thrawn's personality very, very well here, and it'll be a fun card to play. Definitely doing fun things with command cards. AMG is doing here. I like it, and I want you to know failure. This round, when an allied Imperial unit attacks during the form attack pool step, it gains an aim token if the defending unit does not have 1 or more face-down order tokens. In other words, we get a bonus for attacking your guys that haven't attacked yet. So this way, when your guys do attack, they're more likely to have already been shot by an elevated attack pool that has +1 aim in it. So you're probably attacking me back and you're weakened. This is a really solid card. It's maybe not as flashy as the other two. It's just really solid. And it's really leaning into Thrawn as a support commander for this particular card. I love this card. And that's also 3 units. It doesn't specify specific types. So you have a lot of flexibility in the units that you issue this to. That is Grand Admiral Thrawn. He looks incredible. He's going to be my Imperial of choice once we get him all painted up. Speaking of painted up, let's go ahead and put these guys together. All right, so we've got these guys put together. We're going to take a look at them now. We'll start off with General Tagge here. I love the pose here. And also, one thing I will say about these, they're actually incredibly easy to assemble. There's not a whole lot of fiddly bits, like a lot of their lower halves are all one piece. I just want to really stress that sometimes putting a model together and that only has a handful of pieces when it doesn't really need unnecessary complexity is great. So these were very easy to assemble, and they still have really detailed, fabric kind of folds and lots of detail and really cool natural human poses too, which are really nice. Here's Krennic with his cape, and of course we went with the regular the regular head without the hat. Of course, you can put the hat on there if you want. And he's kind of, you know, he's like, you can see him saying, we were this close. It is also especially cool when you can actually feel the moment or the scene that this pose was kind of taken from. Here is Grand Admiral Thrawn kind of adjusting his cuff. He also looks awesome. While I'm going over these, also, we have a new discount code for Game Toppers. If you want to get some fantastic mats and accessories, you can save 15% by using code Crabbok15 over at GameToppers.com, GameToppersLLC.com. And yeah, check those out. Very cool stuff. Great products that won't save you off of a topper or a table itself, but it is for the mats and the accessories. And the tables are already at a fantastic deal. So check them out. Grand Moff Tarkin here. I love the way, like, the one elbow is right on top of the hand. Like, it's just a great pose. Looks really, really good. And honestly, like, these guys would also be really cool if you have any of the old deluxe bases, because have them like on a Death Star plating or something like that might look really, really cool. I don't know if I want to do that or not. I think I have a handful remaining. Because like these guys kind of should be on that type of base, but then it's not going to match everybody else. You know, it's so tricky to figure out the best way to go with that. But so I'm just putting them on the regular basis for now. Maybe we'll change the bases eventually. All right, that has been a look at the Imperial High Command, an excellent pack to augment and enhance your Imperial armies with support, leadership, and some clever tactics. If you're interested, I'll have a link in the description below where you can check this out over at the Asmodee store. Big thanks to Atomic Mass Games for sending this out and for review, and also to my patrons for helping make this whole channel possible. If you want any cool discount codes, again, check the links in the video description below. Don't forget to jump into our Discord. We have a giveaway winner to announce. We have today's giveaway winner is CC Abridged. Congratulations. Go ahead and shoot me an email at mailcrabbok@gmail.com. We will get you squared away. That's for the $25 Amazon gift card. We have another one starting right now. So if you did not win, don't worry. There's plenty of more giveaways starting now that are going to continue to happen. We always do them. Also, plenty of discount codes in the video description below. I will talk to you guys later. May the force be with you. Live long and prosper. Be excellent to each other. Party on, dudes. So say we all, and always wash your socks.